अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON Burla official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss 7th chapter of 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. In this chapter, the Supreme Lord Krishna replied to Uddhava's prayerful entreaty that he be allowed to return with him to his abode, that we have discussed last chapter. Krishna advised Uddhava to take to the renounced order of sannyas, and when Uddhava showed interest in more elaborate instructions, the Lord further described the Avadhuta's account of his 24 spiritual masters. This Avadhuta is we will discuss. After hearing Uddhava's prayerful request to be taken back with him to the spiritual world, Lord Krishna informed him that he was indeed desirous of returning to his own personal abode because the purpose of his descent had been successfully fulfilled and the misfortune of Kali Yuga would soon beset the earth. He thus advised Uddhava to take up sannyas by fixing his mind upon him and establishing himself in theoretical and realized transcendental knowledge. The Lord further instructed Uddhava that while remaining untouched by contamination and compassionately disposed of to all beings, he should begin wandering throughout this temporary world, which is simply the combined manifestation of the Lord's illusory energy and the imagination of the living entities. Basically, he will instruct Uddhava to go to Badrinath. We'll discuss it. Uddhava then stated that renouncing material things in a spirit of detachment is the source of the highest auspiciousness, but such renunciation is certainly extremely difficult to accomplish for living entities other than the devotees of the Supreme Lord because they are very attached to sense gratification. Uddhava expressed the need for some instruction by which foolish persons who misidentify the body as the self can be convinced to carry out their duties in accordance with the order of the Supreme Lord. In this connection, Uddhava says, no one else is Guru except the Lord, Supreme Lord. It is stated in text 18, Tasmad bhavantam manavadyam manantaparam sarvagyam iswaram akunta vikunda dhisnyam nirvinyadhi aham he brijnavitapto Narayana Narasakha Saranam Prapadye. This is the way to get Tadvidhi Pranipatena Pariprasnana Sevya. Similarly, first praising the Lord so that he will impart knowledge. Its meaning is that Tasmad Bhavantam Anabhadyam. No one can equal to the Lord. Even demigods like Brahma are not completely surrendered to the Lord. But Uddhava declared that he himself had taken shelter of the only true instructor of the absolute truth, Lord Narayana, the all-perfect, all-knowing master of Vaikuntha, and the only real friend of all living entities. No one else can be equal with the Lord. So, in his purport, Sripad Swami says, Kechit Dussila Bhavanti Anavadya. Certain mistakes are there, just like Dussila. Their characters are not okay. Dussila Bhavanti Kechit Sevita Phalakale Vinasyati. Someone may expire while being worshipped or giving education. While giving education, he may pass away. Vinasyati. Kechit agya, no one is fully knowledgeable except the Lord. Kechit agya. Asamartha. Kechit rakshana asamartha. No one is fully capable of giving protection except the Lord. Rakshana asamartha. Kechitu sthana bhrashta. Some fall down from their position. Anavadyam ityadin pancha vishesani. These are the 5 special qualities of the Lord. No one can equal him. So hearing this, The Supreme Lord replied that actually the Jiva soul is his own guru. Jiva soul is one's own guru. Within this human body, the living beings can search out the Supreme Lord by positive and negative means and ultimately achieve Him, the Lord. For this reason, the human form of life is most dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this regard, Lord Krishna began to describe an ancient conversation between the Brahmana Avadhuta, that is, I will see who is this Brahmana, and the great king Jadu. Dattatreya, this Avadhuta is Dattatreya, is the son of Atri and Marichi. He descends in the potency of Narayana. And that is described in 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The son of Jajati, Maharaj Jadu, once encountered an Avadhuta who was traveling about here and there in great transcendental ecstasy and was acting unpredictably, just like someone who has become haunted by a ghost. It is stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita that those who are devotees, Vaishnava Kriya Mudra, Vigya na bujay. The devotee's activities even the most intelligent person cannot understand. So, sorry. The king inquired from the holy man about the cause of his wandering and his ecstatic condition, and the Avadhuta replied that he had received various instructions from 24 different gurus. You see, how many gurus are there? 24 different gurus. Who are they? The earth, wind, sky, water, fire, and so on. It will described in from 7 to 9, these 3 chapters, these 24 gurus. And because of the knowledge he had gained from them, he was able to travel about the earth in a liberated state. What are the lessons from those gurus? From earth, he had learned how to be sober, and from the 2 manifestations of the earth, namely the mountain and the tree, he had learned respectively how to serve others and how to dedicate one's whole life to the benefit of others. From the wind manifesting in the form of the vital air within the body, he had learned how to be satisfied with merely keeping oneself alive. And from the external wind, he had learned how to remain uncontaminated by the body and the objects of the senses. From the sky, he had learned how the soul, which pervades all material substances, is both indivisible and imperceptible. And from the water, he had learned how to be naturally clear and purifying. From the fire, he had learned how to devour all things without becoming dirtied, and how to destroy all the inauspicious desires of those who make offerings to him. He had also learned from the fire how the spirit soul enters into everybody and gives illumination, how the birth and death of those who are embodied cannot be discerned. From the moon, he had learned how the material body undergoes growth and dwindling, just like Purnima and Amavasya, full moon and new moon. From the sun, he had learned how to avoid entanglement even while coming into contact with sense objects. And he had also learned about the 2 different modes of perception based on seeing the real form of the soul and seeing false designative coverings. From the pigeon, he had learned how too much affection and excessive attachment are not good for one. And this human body is the open door to liberation. But if one becomes attached to family life like the pigeon and is compared to a person who has climbed up to a high place just to fall down again, then this way, this different types of gurus, what are the lessons he learned from him will be described, and it will be described in further 2 chapters, 8 and 9. We will discuss it. So thank you very much for listening to our discourse, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.